Since the final Smash announcement's coming up, I thought I'd do one more Smash Ultimate list. This time I decided to go with the top 10 characters that'll basically cause the least rioting. Basically the top 10 characters that would be the least disappointing if they were ever to be announced. I think this will be the most controversial Smash announcement ever, so will Sakurai try to do something really big that will blow as many minds as possible? Or will it just be one more run-of-the-mill announcement? This list basically goes from announcements that I think would still garner a lot of hype to announcements that I think would be so ridiculous, they'll probably shock everyone, for better or for worse. So with that all said, let's get started. So number 10, Scout, Heavy, and Gordon Freeman. I included 3 characters here. I'm obviously cheating a little, but it probably won't be the only time I do this. I selected all 3 of these characters because I think they'd all serve the same purpose of the inclusion of the Valve rep, a first for the series. With the insane success of games like Team Fortress 2 and the Half-Life series, I think many would definitely be shocked to see characters like this. Additionally, gun-wielding characters are not nearly as commonplace in Smash as sword-wielders, so these could offer a fairly unique playstyle as well. Personally, I lean more towards Scout or Heavy in this position, or as some have proposed, possibly even both as a pair, similar to the Ice Climbers. I'd be remiss not to include Gordon Freeman here though, given his status as a gaming icon, so he's here too. Number 9, Chosen Undead and Solaire. Dark Souls as a franchise has taken the world by storm ever since the release of Dark Souls in 2011, or even earlier with the release of Demon's Souls in 2009. Well, again, maybe not the craziest thing that they could announce. I think this inclusion would come as a shock to many. I think it could also lead to a unique and fun gameplay style with a little bit of creativity. I've selected both the Chosen Undead and Solaire for this slot due to the popularity of non-playable character Solaire and how much easier it would be to implement a distinct character like himself over the avatar character Chosen Undead. This would also mean that they could include voice acting for this character since the player character is typically silent. Number 8, Gino. Still rather low on the list, but Gino is a character that has been heavily requested by fans, release after release, and yet they still have nothing to show for it. You could do much worse than finally satisfying the rabid desires of the fan base by giving them a character they've pleaded for since they were young children. After all, this is Smash Ultimate, and with the inclusion of Ridley it seems like anything was possible, yet somehow Gino still got the shaft. At this point it's getting harder and harder to justify a Gino inclusion given that he hasn't appeared in anything since Super Mario RPG in 1996. Yet it seems Sakurai is at least aware of the character's overwhelming popularity given they still felt it was worth including a Gino Mii outfit. To many, this is the same as saying this character is not going to appear, which is why it would be an incredible shock to people if he was announced anyways. And I think it would definitely be a happy note to go off on. Number 7, Crash or Spyro. Sakurai has seen fit to include many of Nintendo's biggest rivals over the years, like Pac-Man and Sonic. They've even included characters whose games were exclusive to other platforms like Cloud and Joker, and characters whose rights lie with its competitor, Microsoft, Banjo. Yet the one thing that would tie everything together would be the inclusion of a rival from the late 90s era of video gaming and the beginning of the 3D era of gaming, Crash Bandicoot, or Spyro. I think either one would honestly hold the same value. Both have been and continue to be beloved characters in their own right, while a few of their games have actually finally made their way to a Nintendo console. I think it'd be fitting to see at least one of these characters finally make an appearance in the final Smash announcement. Number 6, Sans. Similar to Gino, many have written off Sans as impossible already, given that a Sans costume has already been included, as well as the song Megalovania. But since this list is not about the most likely characters, and instead about what would create the biggest impact, I think Sans fits the bill. Regardless of the enormous cultural impact Undertale has had, this would also mark the first time that an indie game has ever gotten a character in Smash, which is a big deal by itself. Not only that, but a Western indie game with a single developer. I just think this would be cool, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. Number 5, Master Chief. Now we are beginning the approach into some of the really out there picks. Master Chief is just about the final hurdle to cross before every video game character starts to be possible for Smash. Now, we've already seen Banjo and Kazooie, 2 characters that are currently owned by Microsoft, as I said before, so Master Chief is very possible. Yet I don't think it will really feel like anything is possible until Microsoft and Xbox's gaming mascot makes an appearance. May as well just do it at this point. Besides, it'd be good promotion for Halo Infinite or something. Number 4, Waluigi. I did put Waluigi above Master Chief in the list about the impact of announcements, and that's because this might just be the one that leaves the most people happy at the end of the day. I think the popularity of Waluigi transcends the domain of people that like Smash into a larger domain of people that couldn't give less of a crap about Smash, but really love memes. And so an announcement of this caliber would not only rock the Smash community, but possibly even the world. And who could ask for anything more with the final announcement? Well, maybe there's a few more I can think of. Number 3, Sora. I did not make this selection lightly. I think the inclusion of Sora is bigger than just his sheer popularity, because the inclusion of Sora comes with a whole host of implications. When a character is included, typically a few things come with them. A new stage, some fresh music, a host of new stickers and/or costumes. But my question is, how do you include Sora and not the Disney characters that make up his world? Would the avoidance of mentioning Donald, Goofy, or Mickey not just be odd? Would they have to throw out iconic tracks such as the Halloween Town theme? And why would they bother when they'd have to ask Disney to use this character in the first place? But if you were to then use these characters, wouldn't so much be thrown into flux? If they are including Disney characters now, what's next? With this announcement, things start to get weird, and that's why it's number 3. We're not done yet. Number 2, Goku. For the final Smash announcement, why not just throw everything out the window? You want this to be the biggest Smash announcement ever? You want people to be losing their minds all over the world? You gotta do something big that no one's gonna see coming. And this is the pick for that. They've even directly contradicted this in the past. Characters have to be at least video game characters, they said. But who cares? Nothing matters at this point. We just want everyone to collapse from the shock of this announcement. This is what you've all been waiting for. It's finally happening. Here it is. We've got nothing left to show you. We've transcended this mortal plane and made it so that the laws of reality that you knew to exist all this time were never real in the first place. This is it. Join us and finally become enlightened. We're waiting for you. Number 1, Sakurai. For the final Smash announcement, Sakurai is simply going to scan himself into the game. They've finally created the technology needed for Sakurai to become one with his creation. His dream fully realized. His mind and soul copied to millions of Switches all over the world. He is Smash. He becomes Smash. He's the best fighter. You need not play as anyone else. All will play as Sakurai. He's on his own tier. Sakurai cannot be controlled. He controls himself. One cannot force their will upon him. Many want to join Sakurai, and so they themselves are included in the game. Now everyone can become one with Smash, and Smash is one with all of them. All will inevitably join the collective, and all will find happiness within it, for all eternity. Now, we've already seen Banjo and Kazooie, as I mentioned earlier, 2 characters that are currently owned by Microsoft. So Master Chief is... Now, we've already seen Banjo and Kazooie, 2 characters that Now, we've already seen Banjo and Kazooie, two characters that, as I said before... God damn it, what was such a fuck? Now, we've already seen Banjo and Kazooie, two characters that, as I noted before, are currently owned by Microsoft. So Master Chief is very possible. For the final Smash announcement, why didn't... For the Smile... God damn it, for the Smile... For the final Smash... I'm smiling. I gotta not smile. Oh, I gotta pee. Okay, that's good.